Now, in relation to magnetic stories, we know, don't we, that they can be deliberate or strategic, I think you mentioned. So help us understand that, the difference between deliberate and strategic as regards magnetic stories.
Yeah, so this is it sort of comes down to your brand as well. So before you even start thinking about what stories you want to share to communicate your brand, you need to know what your brand is. Like, what do you like? Take control of your brand. And I think, because like you said in your intro, if you're not taking control of your brand, someone else is. It's just evolving. It's like evolves organically. So you can be quite strategic with it and deliberate in how you do it, or you can just let it evolve organically. But what I've found is that if you're not aware what you want your brand to be and it starts to evolve, it could take you down a direction you don't want to go. To give you an example, I was when I left the corporate world 17 years ago and was, teaching storytelling, I knew storytelling in business was still professional. It was still a very, very professional way to communicate, but it was different. And so I wanted my brand to be, my personal brand to be around professional but different, because I think it suited the brand of storytelling, professional but different. And so, the way I would dress, like, I'd speak on stage at conferences and I'd be wearing jeans, but I'd be wearing a blazer. So it was still professional, but it wasn't your typical corporate dress type thing, but it was still professional. So this is the way my brand evolved. And then about 5 years ago, I came across a pair of shoes. I wasn't really into shoes. I never liked shoes, but I came across this brand. They're a great Melbourne designer, and they're flat and they're cool and they're loud. They were silver and they were professional, really high quality, but different. So I thought, I'll wear these shoes. And literally after wearing them a few times on stage and getting so much feedback and comments about them, it just became my thing, which I was happy about, because I thought, well, they're professional and different. Now, it's not as if I said to myself, I need to find some shoes that are professional and different. I just found these shoes I liked and it fitted with my brand. So it was aligned with my brand. So then I was happy to amplify the shoes. And in fact, in my last couple of books, there's been photos of me, and my publisher says, your shoes have to be on them. Like, it's got to be a full length shot to have your shoes on it. So that was cool. But then another example, this was about 2 years ago. You've already said I'm a tomboy, so I'm not into nail polish or anything like that. But about 2 years ago, I got that SNS stuff that you put on. It's like this, it's sort of like fakeish stuff. And I didn't mind it. It makes you sound like you're typing really fast when you got fake nails on. Just tap, 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 tap.
I'm going to pretend I know what you're talking
about. Pretend.
Now, even though I have a wife and a teenage daughter, I'm going to go with this, Gabrielle. So.
Just go with it. Just nod. But the point is, you've got to go get them done. And to get them off, you've got to go back to the nail salon and get them taken off. So it's a bit of high maintenance. And I had done it a few times, but thought, it's not really my thing and I can't be bothered. So I'm not going to do it anymore. But then we went into lockdown. So this was March last year. We went into lockdown and everything shut. So you couldn't go back and get your nails done. So as a little bit of a joke, I put on Instagram photo of my nails going, I wonder how long these last, because they just fall off. And then every week I'd update going, 2 fallen off. And I did this for about 3 or 4 weeks. And then what I started to notice is that there'd be stuff on fake nails and people were tagging me in it. And I'm thinking, part of my brand is about being authentic and being real, but I was starting to get tagged on posts around fake nails.
Okay.
And so because I'm aware of my brand, I just thought, I don't want to be known as fake nails. Well, first of all, they're not even my thing. But being associated with anything to do with fake is totally against my brand. So I not only stopped posting them, I actually deleted the Instagram posts I put on. And at the time, Adam, I must admit, I was thinking, oh, maybe I'm being a bit ridiculous. Like, no one takes that much notice. And I wrote about these 2 examples in my book, and I gave my book to quite a few of my clients, my long-term clients. And one of them came back and said, I loved your book. And when I was reading about your nails, I must admit, when I saw your post about your nails on social media, I must admit that I thought that's so against brand. So
Wow.
I wasn't being precious. These were my clients that were seeing my little fun social media things, but they were thinking it's against brand. So if you're not aware of it, it can go down a track that you just go, how the hell did that happen? And it happened because you're not aware of it.